Anna Soubry has sparked a furious backlash after calling for the Brexit transition period to be extended beyond the 31st of December. The Remainer took to Twitter to demand Britain stays closely linked to the EU and the Single Market and Customs Union next year to help safeguard the British economy. Her comments have been branded the final dregs of Project Fears as social media users quickly dismissed a transition period extension. The former MP, who left the Tories to join Change UK in 2019 before losing her seat in last year's election, shared a comment by ITV's Robert Peston, who said the Bank of England expects UK GDP to shrink by 11% for the whole of 2020. Mr. Peston wrote, "Another striking characteristic of today's Bank of England projections is that UK GDP, or national income, is set to shrink by 11% for the whole of 2020, a record. We are losing more than 1 in every £10 of our income, one of the worst performances in the world." Ms. Soubry shared his tweet to her own followers and used the statement to push for a Brexit delay. She wrote, "Yet more evidence to support why we should extend the transition period. British business needs stability and certainty in deal or no deal. Leaving the single market and customs union in 8 weeks' time will further harm our fragile economy." Sick. Her comments prompted a furious backlash on Twitter, with people reminding the former politician Parliament ruled out extending the transition period. One person wrote, "I believe that the Gov voted not to take up the EU offer of an extension. Steve Pearce is the expert on this and the other UK Brexit related matters." Mr. Pearce, a professor of EU law, responded and said, "The Withdrawal Agreement Act ruled out the Gov agreeing to an extension. The Gov could have asked Parliament to amend it, but it stuck to its opposition to the idea." Another person said, "The final dregs of Project Fear. The equation is simple. The EU have no claim to any morsel of our future sovereignty, and that is the only obstacle to a deal." Other users drew parallels to Donald Trump and the US presidential election. One person said, "People say Trump should accept the result, yet you are still fighting the referendum you lost 4-1/2 years ago." Another user fumed, "Just give it a rest, you really are piecing people off with your Brexit stance. Accept you lost or you will become the female version of the Donald." Britain is due to officially leave the EU at the end of the year, as the Brexit transition period comes to an end. In June, the UK formally confirmed it would not seek an extension to the transition period. The two sides have yet to agree a trade deal, despite further negotiations taking place over the last few weeks. David Frost, the UK's chief negotiator, wrote on Twitter last night, "We've just finished 2 weeks of intensive talks with the EU. Progress made, but I agree with Michel Barnier that wide divergences remain on some core issues. We continue to work to find solutions that fully respect UK sovereignty."